We've got the BMW X5 M Competition.
M for money.
Whoa.
Punch it.
Go. Woo! What does sound do?
Okay, so this isn't about practicality. This is about having the best. Under the hood of this thing is what, Andrea?
A 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8 with a 48-volt mild hybrid system, an 8-speed automatic transmission, 617 horsepower, and 553 pound-feet of torque. It is a variable all-wheel drive system that allows the driver to choose between maximum traction to all four wheels or an all-wheel drive sport mode for customizable performance on road.
Now, you would think if you get an X5 M Competition, everything's included. No. They want more of your money. More on that in the packages in a moment. Right now, what do you get with it? What are the key standard features?
The X5M comes with a 12.3-inch digital driver display, a 14.9-inch touchscreen, BMW operating system 8, wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, heated front and rear seats, merino upholstery, power front seats and driver's seat memory, panoramic glass roof, and a power tailgate.
Lots of buttons, Andrea.
Yeah.
Still lots of shiny hard plastic, but lots of buttons. What are we going to put it in?
You got to put it in S for subscribe. And if you can hit that notification bell, you'll be notified when all of our reviews drop, and then you can watch them.
And we do this, the couple car review, twice a week. The first one drops on Wednesday.
We put another one out on Saturday.
So make sure to like and subscribe, but also follow along on Instagram. It's Motormouth_Andrew to see what's going on behind the scenes and to get a question in. For me, it's Motormouth_Auto, and the links are below the like button. Okay, Andrew's going to give her hot take on how this drives in a moment. My overall feeling on this is a bit of a chameleon. They've done a great job for everyday driving, it not beating you up, but it's all there when you need it.
I mean, it's going to make you smile. BMW nailed it on the performance level. They know what they're doing with this competition model. Balanced handling, fantastic acceleration, beautiful cornering, precise steering that's a little bit heavier, just the way I like it. It is really well done.
But for everyday use, it depends on where you live. Keep in mind that you're running on big-ass tires, and they do kind of catch the grooves in the road. You get much more feeling through the chassis into your backside and through the steering wheel. But as I mentioned a moment ago, it's not crashy. You can set it up to be as crashy as you want, but if you put the suspension in comfort mode for everyday driving, so the way we have it set up right now, there's two buttons on the steering wheel, M1, M2. M1 we've set up with the softer suspension, but everything else ratcheted up, the throttle and the steering.
Yeah.
And then we have M2, which is everything's lit up.
Yeah. I mean, it's fairly comfortable, I would say, but yeah, if you've got imperfections in the road, you're definitely going to feel it. The brakes feel really good, and this model has the 48-volt mild hybrid system, and this is the first high-performance BMW model to get it, along with the X5M Competition.
Andrea did a little research. Does the mild hybrid improve fuel economy, Andrea?
No, I looked up the previous model, and it's exactly the same. So this does get an extra 12 horsepower and 147 pound-feet of torque from that electric motor that's attached to the engine. So this is all about performance and taking this model to the next level.
It's all about money, too.
M for money or M for marvelous? A little bit of both, right?
Or BMW for bring my wallet. Another high point for BMW, they can style excellent looking vehicles. Some lately, not so great, but at least with the latest updates they did for the X5, they didn't screw it up. It looks conventional. Obviously, their buyer for this particular product is maybe a little more conventional. Big wheels, lots of trim added on for an M. I like it.
Yeah, I like it too. The styling is a little bit sharper than the previous model. It's got a new front end, new matrix LED headlamps, and then this has got 21-inch, 22-inch staggered wheels. It has non-run flat tires and a tire repair kit. Standard features on this model include LED headlamps, LED tail lamps, M roof rails, black exterior design elements, and M exterior mirror caps.
It looks like an X5 went to the gym, and that's basically the overall goal.
Yeah.
AMG does a great job with their products over at Mercedes-Benz. The Germans know how to style a car properly when they put their mind to it.
It has a real presence on the road. Like, people who know what this model is, they look at it, and there is so much M badging on the exterior and interior, you know that it's the X5M.
Well, this problem with BMW and Mercedes-Benz is they stick M and AMG on anything.
Yeah.
If you want to pay just a little bit more, they'll put an M on it. They used to keep M just for their special cars like this.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's a whole other discussion. Just put it in M2 for a second, Andrew. I just want to feel the burn.
Do it. Oh, yeah.
I mean, it hustles along.
Oh, hustle. It knows how to hustle.
Okay, back to M1. Easy now. Okay, we're going to get into the interior in just a second. What do you get performance-wise on this X5M? You get a standard M Sport exhaust system, adaptive suspension, active M differential, M compound brakes, and 3 drive modes: road, sport, and track.
Now, what do you think of this orange?
Is it orange?
It's actually orange. I know it looks red, but I think it's more of a burnt orange.
I would say it's red. To me, it looks red. But
well, it's labeled from BMW as orange.
Okay, I am colorblind, so it wouldn't be my choice, Andrea.
Yeah.
You know me, you can't beat a nice black interior. But yeah, I can understand. One thing is that if you're going to have a sort of an oh wow kind of car, you might as well have an oh wow interior.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely bold. It's sporty looking. It fits the bill when it comes to this performance vehicle. I actually find the seats very comfortable in here. You've got, you know, it just really cradles your body. The storage in here is good. I like how this even opens both ways like that. And
what you really like,
deep.
Let's just call it what it is. You really like that it's heated on the armrests and the seats. And back to the seats for a second.
Yeah.
BMW sports seats are some of the best in the game. They've been doing that really well for a long time.
Even the door pockets are really wide here, and I just feel like this is well done. It feels more upscale. We've got the available carbon fiber in here. What about the quilting on the side of the doors? This is a full merino leather interior.
Yeah, I like the leather. I like the look. I can even deal with the carbon fiber. Typically not a fan of carbon fiber, but I don't think I'd go with this color personally.
Yeah.
Now, we have praised BMW for keeping the iDrive controller in the center here on their latest update. This vehicle was updated a year or so ago. They've gone with the new iDrive system, which is a step forward in probably processing power, but a step back in functionality because they got rid of a lot of hotkeys. But thank goodness for this model, unlike a lot of their other latest models, they still have the wheel.
In our test model, we have some packages, and the price point for this in Canadian dollars is over $158,000.
For this one or for this particular one?
For this particular test model with the extra packages. We also have the Bowers and Wilkins surround system, which sounds really great. Overall, I'm really happy with what BMW has done with this X5M Competition.
They can still do some things really well. Yeah. BMW can still style cars beautifully. They can still do excellent interiors. They're just moving in a direction with some of their other products away from this. So this is really a traditional kind of layout, and I like it because this stuff still works.
And although this model does come standard with a panoramic sunroof, we have the Sky Lounge, so you can see little stars. Available features include the Digital Cockpit Professional with head-up display, ventilated front seats, a wireless charger, heated and cooled cup holders, massaging seats, and Parking Assistant Professional.
Here's me getting in the backseat of this X5. The X5 gets bigger every generation. It's fairly roomy, not the biggest in the class. How does it stack up?
Comparing the X5 to the GLE, the X5 offers 39.8 inches of front row legroom, which is half an inch less than the GLE. Second row legroom at 37.4 inches also falls short to the Mercedes-Benz by 3.5 inches.
Then you lift the power liftgate. This is different than a lot of other models. It's a clam-shaped design. The upper portion is power operated, so is the bottom, but it doesn't open automatically. You get a nice shelf to sit on, but if you push the close button, they do close automatically.
Cargo space for the BMW behind the second row is 33.9 cubic feet, and overall cargo space is 72.3 cubic feet, which is a little bigger than the GLE.
Well, the gas bill on this has been steep, but we still have enough for coffee.
Always enough for coffee.
Or we use points.
Time now for questions, coffee, and cars.
Your questions from Instagram.
That looks like a blast to drive. Love that they haven't changed the X5 to the toggle shifter yet. Well, this one, no. But all the other X5s, yes, it is the toggle. But it is refreshing to see this.
Well, it's shaped like a shifter, but it is kind of toggle.
But not like the little toggle.
Not like the little wee thing. But yes, it's still a real solid shifter. But yeah, the M, if you've never been in an M car, they shift differently than the regular cars.
They do.
So they have a whole process you got to go through, but it's not that difficult.
I would rather have this than the toggle any day of the week. Porsche has also gone to the toggle. I don't like the toggle.
How about a dongle? Do you like a dongle?
I don't really like dongles either. So toggles and dongles are out for me.
No-go for Drea.
The real question is, should I upgrade from my 2020 X3M? I like the current hard buttons I have, and this new interface seems a bit of a pain to do some basic things. If only they allowed the instrument display to be customized to round gauges. I hate those angular backwards tachometer design with not an option to change it.
I'm totally with you on the instrument cluster. These are really ugly. They're classic looking gauges. I said it when we did the M2.
I know.
The M2 I thought was worse. This is one thing that Porsche does so well.
Yeah.
They have even though they're digital, the center tachometer for most of them is still analog. Then you have the digital stuff on either side, and that's what the quick reference is to see either your speed or the revs. And I totally agree. This is a fail from BMW, this cluster. I totally agree. Now, would I not buy it because of that? I could live with that.
I say just stick with your X3M. It's a terrific vehicle. It's smaller than this. It's a ton of fun to drive. Why change it?
It's more like
I like it.
The X3M is more edgy than this. This is edgy. That's even more edgy. But you know what? Yeah, try one out. Trust me, they'll have one at the dealer.
I guess the way I look at it, if you don't need the space, I mean, maybe you do need the space. Why do it?
Yeah, keep the money in the bank.
And we really like the old infotainment system. Of course, the X3 is going to get this as well. So it's all changing. And is it a pain to use? You know,
no, because you've still got the iDrive controller.
Yeah.
That's the biggest thing.
Once you figure it all out, it's actually quite easy to use. There's tabs on the screen for climate control as well as your heated and ventilated seats. I don't think it's that bad.
I wish that the climate control still had hotkeys down there, but we'll see. We'll see what happens in the future because new regulations are coming in. Car companies will get lower safety scores if they don't have hard keys for things you use all the time. I mean, so we can only hope. And I wish they would bring in lower safety scores for piano black trim.
Yes, not as much in here though.
That's not a safety thing,
it's
but
not a safety
we should just throw that in there.
But you could say just as something that their rating could give them a lower score.
That's our job. We give a lower score for piano
I like
black.
that there's a volume knob in here. They didn't get rid of that. And this is laid out really well at the center console.
But look,
actually, I don't mind it. It's very driver focused.
Shiny hard plastic.
This is shiny here, but this is carbon fiber, which is available. You pay extra for that. What do you think of the X5 as a family vehicle? I have an RX, but I'm looking for bigger shoulder room on the second row, car seat in the middle, and 2 adults on each side. I'm thinking of GLE, X5 TX, and Cayenne. Well, can I just say the rear seat isn't that big back there, and many people complain about the pitch of the seat back there as well, and that they feel like their knees sit up too high. I don't have a problem back there, but it's not huge.
Listen,
TX
way bigger.
as well as the GLE are better options for second row space.
GLE compared to this, I think the second row is more comfortable. But take the M part of this away. Just the regular X5 with the inline 6-cylinder is our favorite in this category now. Yeah. It's the number one choice for us. Then it would be sort of Cayenne and GLE. But I think for comfort, the GLE is going to be the winner. And now it's time for our hot topic. What's this one, Andrea?
By the way, how are the reliability ratings on BMW nowadays? I watch others, I know I'm cheating on you guys, YouTubers on car repair, and they say BMWs are notorious for complicated repairs.
Well, we've owned 5 BMWs in the past. There's 2 different kinds of reliability. Andrew's going to go through the numbers in just a moment. So initial quality and say 4 years, they've improved things a lot at BMW. But these kinds of vehicles, when they age out, when you have an M performance model like this, all the parts, everything gets very expensive to fix.
Yeah, it is expensive to fix. We've owned many BMWs along the way. Most have been very reliable for us. There was just one, but when that happens, it is annoying. As for the recent dependability scores from J.D. Power, BMW has moved up the list. It's in number 9, which is above average now. And when you look at Consumer Reports on the newer vehicles as well as J.D. Power, this X5 gets a great rating.
Yeah, but when it gets older, you need to make sure you're covered, especially on a high performance, very expensive model like this.
Get an extended warranty if you're buying used, but read that extended warranty because it doesn't cover everything.
Okay, so we've talked a lot about the price. Let's get into that and more in our vital stats.
Let's start with pricing. We'll do Canada first and then move on to the U.S. This is MSRP. It starts at $142,000 in Canada, and in the U.S., just under $125,000.
It's a way better deal in Canada.
Yeah.
Here's the fuel economy. 18.2 liters per 100 kilometers city, 12.9 on the highway. That's just 13 miles per gallon in the city and 18 miles per gallon on the highway. BMW does not provide a factory hitch for this X5 M Competition, so it's not rated for towing. The warranty is 4 years, 80,000 kilometers, or 50,000 miles. Complimentary scheduled maintenance covered for 3 years, or 60,000 kilometers, 36,000 miles. Okay, so you got a lot of money. Not us, but you got a lot of money. You like a high-performance SUV, and you want a prestige brand. What else can you buy?
For your consideration, 4 vehicles for you to consider.
Up first is the Porsche Cayenne GTS with a 4-liter twin-turbo V8 and a starting price of almost $135,000.
The Mercedes-Benz AMG GLE 63, long name with a lot of horsepower. 4-liter V8 bi-turbo, 603 horsepower, and a starting price of $162,000.
The Audi RS Q8 with a 4-liter turbocharged V8, 591 horsepower, and a starting price of $155,500.
The Range Rover Sport SV with a 4.4-liter twin-turbo V8, 626 horsepower, and a starting price of almost $240,000.
So there are 4 high-performance SUVs for you to consider.
Lightning round. 2 things we like, 2 things we'd like to see improve.
Well, performance-wise, BMW nailed it.
They got most of the interior right.
The rocker panels are a bit wide for me. I'm having trouble getting in and out of the vehicle.
Okay, so I like the interior, but they need to add more hotkeys for the heated seats, things you use all the time. So there you go. There's the Bring My Wallet BMW X5 M Competition. What do you think of that?
Thanks for watching, and if you like what you see, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.